wake up the world. We're just boys and girls. He can still wake up the world. We're just boys and girls. He can still wake up the world. We're just boys and girls. He can still wake up the world.
Welcome back to Wake the World Up. I'm Miss Holly, and I'm so glad you joined me today. Last week, we saw Israel get its very first king, Saul. Let's see how things are going for him in the story today.
It's time for Newsy News.
Welcome back to Newsy News. I'm Stormy Goodfellow, and we are following the developing story of Israel's king. King Saul has taken a group of soldiers to some hills nearby. His son, Jonathan, took another group of soldiers to a nearby city. The Philistines are in their land. Let's see if we can get someone on the scene. Hi, can you tell me what's going on?
Are you talking to me? Cool. Yeah, things are getting a little crazy around here.
What are you seeing?
Well, the Philistines are here and they're the worst. The worst people ever. King Saul's job is to protect us from our enemies, and he is not doing that. The Philistines have more soldiers and more chariots and more horses than us, and we're terrified out here.
Yikes! Be safe. I have a note here that King Saul wanted to ask God for help. He was planning on offering some sacrifices to God.
Bad idea, bad idea. Is this thing still on?
Yes, we can hear you.
He's going to give sacrifice offerings, but he's not allowed to do that. God said only priests can do that. Disobeying God would be a very, very bad idea for King Saul. Don't do it. Oh man, he did it. If he just would have waited until Samuel came.
Oh no, can you still hear us? What's going on now? Hello?
Samuel is here. I'm trying to get close enough to hear them. Samuel is telling Saul he did the wrong thing and that he won't be king very long. Oh, he said God is gonna find someone else to be king, someone who obeys God.
Oh my goodness. If you're just tuning in now, we are following a breaking news. We've just heard from someone on the scene that Samuel has just told King Saul he will be replaced by another king.
And why did we ever think we needed a king? Samuel warned us that God said we just needed to trust him, that God was our king.
Saul did admit his sin and asked for forgiveness, but would still lose his job as king. Wow, what a story. The Bible tells us that God's rules are right and true. We obey God because we love him, and we know that his way is better than our way. We obey him because he is holy. This has been a Newsy News special report. I'm Stormy Goodfellow. Good night.
Last week we saw the Israelites celebrate when Saul became king, and for a while he was a good king. But in our story today, we saw that Saul disobeyed God. God was going to choose a new king, a king who would love God and obey him. No human king could ever obey God perfectly. Many years later, God sent his son Jesus to be king over everything forever. He obeyed God perfectly. Don't just sit there. Go wake the world up.